What's up, Earth signs? How y'all doing? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We're going to take a little look here today and look at the intentions of the person that you're dealing with, thinking about, whoever this person is that takes up all that space in your head. So this is not a collective reading. This is one reading for each Earth sign. One for Taurus, one for Virgo, one for Capricorn. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, the information is in the description of this video. All right, Taurus, let's get a general energetic overview between you and the person you're dealing with. How are things looking between Taurus and the person they're dealing with? I'm not feeling this deck. How about Miss Cleo? Yeah. How's the energy looking between Taurus and the person they're dealing with? Uh-oh, the codependency card straight out the gate. Come on, y'all. Two more shuffles, two more. Oh, unfinished business. Okay, some of you have been on and off with this person, but there's a really, really, really strong sense of unfinished business here. I don't know, honestly, I kind of feel like this really seriously is weighing on this person. I kind of feel like they feel guilty a little bit, honestly. I don't know what they did or if they should feel guilty or what the deal is, but I think they kind of do. For real, for real. But honestly, this looks like silent tension. That's what this looks like. Silent tension. And for those of you wondering, yes, they feel it too. 100%. Yes, they feel it too. That's kind of been the theme for this, that I've seen a lot of signs dealing with somebody that cares a lot more than they're letting on. A whole lot more. Other than that, though, that's all I'm seeing here is silent tension. Nothing else I can really say about that. Some of you dealing with a Saggy. Could be a fellow Taurus for some of you. All right, well, I have Cancer hidden here too. Whatever, let's just go ahead and see their intentions. Are y'all getting notified? Let me know in the comments. This is only my second, or no, is this my third live stream of the day? Oh, this is my third. But still, they usually wait until after the third to stop notifying people. Oh, well. All right, let's see this person's true intentions. Ooh, you're dealing with a very shallow individual. Let's just put it like that. Very, very shallow, very materialistic. And again, there's nothing wrong with materialism. I'm not one of them fake spiritual public figures that's going to stand up here and tell you that money and material things are bad. No, they are not bad. Nothing wrong with money. I love money. You love money. I'm all about going out and making your bread and buying your toys and having all the fun experiences that you want. What I have a problem with, though, is people who wrap their whole identity up in that. You know? There's a lot of, I've even seen a couple of people in the fucking tarot community like that. Wrap their whole identity up in my money. Look at the car I'm driving. Look at the house I live in. Look at the things that I have and my clothes and my house and my car and my this and my that and my chains and my jewelry and this and that. And it's like, that's your whole fucking identity? That's your whole identity? That's when it becomes a problem. And you don't even have to have a lot of money to be like that. Some of you may be like, well, this person's broke. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you only got $5 in the bank. You can still be a very shallow, materialistic individual. And the problem is you just don't really connect with people at a very deep level like that, you know? Like at all. At all, at all. I do think this person is putting on a show for you, though. They're holding a grudge. They're holding a grudge. Oh, man, they are working really, 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 really hard to pretend that they don't give a shit. Boy, you know they do. Oh, they give many, many shits. Many, 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 many shits. Many shits and several fucks they absolutely give. But again, silent tension, though. Now, here's where it gets a little bit slippery. So, like I said, silent tension. Now, usually when you see this energy, something comes out with it that indicates that the reason they're being silent is because they're afraid that if they make a move towards you, that you will assume power over them. Usually the Emperor reversed or something like that comes out with it, but I don't have that here. It's not telling me why. They want you to think they don't care. It's not really telling me why. Maybe it's because, like, reading for the masses like this, the reason is so diverse, depending on who you are, that maybe I couldn't generalize it. But, yeah, silent tension. They care a lot more than you know. They're about done waiting on you, too. Yeah. God damn. I just can't dig very deep with this person. Can't dig very deep. They may not go very deep. I've seen that a few times through this round of readings. A lot of people out there dealing with people that may not go very deep. You may spend a lot of time overthinking their intentions, giving them more credit than they deserve. All right, well, let's get the advice then. What is the advice? I don't know who needs to hear this, but no third-party situations. I know that's not all of you, but for those of you dealing with somebody where you know there's somebody else involved, stay away from it. Stay away from it. You know, the only thing I think I can tell you here is just know that you're the one with the power in this situation. You really are. You have a lot more power than you know, a lot more power than they want you to know. Just know that. Just know that. Put your foot down and keep it there. All right? You invented that. Put your foot down and keep it there. You might need to stay outside of your comfort zone a little bit. But let me tell you a little something about comfort zones, Taurus. Your comfort zone will come find you. See, the thing about the comfort zone is it has you wrapped around its finger. So you're always running back to it. But if you can figure out how to channel that stubborn-ass energy in a different direction, and you step outside of your comfort zone and stay there, eventually the comfort zone is going to be like, well, shit, you're not coming back, are you? All right, well, I got to expand to come find you. And then what was once uncomfortable will become comfortable. That's when you're making a frequency change. That's when you're making a frequency change. I would say stay right where you are, doing exactly what you're doing. Right? Trust the path and the process. Don't move. Don't you make a move. You stay with the path that you're on. I just told Pisces this. Maybe some of y'all are dealing with Pisces. I don't know. But, yeah, stay on the path that you're on. Trust the path that you're on. Don't try to figure it out. It's going to be a little bit scary. It's going to be uncomfortable. There's going to be a lot of unexpected twists and turns this year. But I'm telling you, I think you're about to step in and play the role of your highest calling very soon. But you will not be able to answer your highest calling with somebody like this in your life. You won't be able to. You wouldn't even be able to even begin to step in to play that role. You wouldn't be able to handle it. If you're still at a frequency where you're attracting a person like this into your life, you wouldn't even be able to handle your highest calling. All right. I keep saying I'm going to grab my damn sage bowl, and I keep forgetting, damn it. All right, Virgo. Virgo. Let's see how the energy's looking between Virgo and the person they're dealing with. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Damn. The tower is burning to the ground. Either this is something that recently came to an end, or it's coming. It's right around the corner. Right around the corner. But, yeah, this looks to me like somebody that the universe pulled out of your life for a reason. For a very specific reason. Yeah, I'm honestly kind of feeling like you have a totally new soul contract due to come in. And the universe has to get this person out of the way, because the next person due to come in vibrates at a completely different frequency. The only thing I can't figure out, though, is did this just come to an end, or is it something that's about to? Because the universe, if this hasn't come to an end yet, the universe is about to step in and bring this to an end, crumble it to the ground. Because you're about to be going through a major transitionary period. Major. Because your next soul contract is going to require a different version of you. Damn, dog. Wow, that's cool. Well, let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. Still toxic. Yeah, that's why. That'll happen. Soul contract or not. If you come to me for a personal reading, the first thing I read is the soul contract. But no matter if the soul contract is complete or incomplete, if you have a higher calling, higher vibrational calling, if it's time for you to step up into a new frequency, and you got one of these people in your life, the universe is going to come in and pull the two of you apart. Because you will not be able to step into a new frequency with somebody like that in your life. Kind of feels to me like this person's walking away. They want you to think that they're okay with losing you, but they're really not. Right? Like, they want you to think that they're just totally cool with losing you, but actually this fucks them up. That's the theme for the month, isn't it? I think. Probably about 70% of the signs, everybody's dealing with somebody that's holding that energy somehow, some way. They want you to think they don't care, and they do. Right? And it's all a power grab is all it is. It's a power grab. So, yeah, this person, I think, has a lot of demons attached to him. Let's just put it like that. This person is a mess. They're very, very lost, very confused, very broken, and has a lot of demons attached to them. A whole lot. Shit. All right. Well, fuck. Let's get the advice then. What's the advice? Moon card again. All I can really tell you is that 2026 is going to be a massive transformational year. Massive. Okay, by 1 year from today, if you stay on the path the universe has you on right now, 1 year from today, you're going to be looking in the mirror at a different person. A lot of you will be looking around at a different life. So that's all I can really say. I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Pisces and was it Taurus? Trust the process. Trust the path that the universe has you on. Okay, it's not going to make sense right now. You're stepping into and playing the role of a higher calling. The universe has somebody else picked out for you. Even those of you dealing with somebody with an incomplete soul contract, that happens sometimes. Then the universe will say, nope, sorry, this person's not going to work. We're going to have to play the good old switcheroo and bring somebody else in. You focus on your healing. Don't live in fear of being alone. That is a lack vibration. Don't live in fear of being alone. Find love, happiness, joy, and abundance from within. The primary law is the law of vibration. We need to quit expecting the thing to create the feeling. That's what has everybody wrapped up in chains in their own mind. I need the relationship to create the feeling of love. I need money to create the feeling of freedom and happiness. No. We have to match the frequency first. So, all right, Capricorn. This is kind of draining, dude. Holy shit. Capricorn. Get a general energetic overview of Capricorn and the person they're dealing with. Ooh, this person's waiting for you to let your guard down. Are you guarded? Or are they just assuming that you're guarded? Ooh, we got a stalker. We got a stalker. We got a stalker. We got a stalker. And the silent treatment. I think to the contrary, honestly, I do think for a lot of you that this is supposed to be a long-term soul contract, but the person you're dealing with is not on the same page with you, working towards the same goal. So the energy isn't sufficient enough to sustain this connection. That happens sometimes. And like I said, when I'm reading for the masses like this, I've got to be real careful talking about soul contracts. Real careful. That's a really touchy subject. But if you came to me for a personal reading, that's what I would tell you looking at this energy. This is not really something that's supposed to come to an end, or it wasn't supposed to come to an end, but the energy between the two of you is too fucked up. So it won't even sustain the connection. Because the thing about connections, doesn't matter who it's with, friends, family, romance, business partners, doesn't matter. It's a team effort. It's a team effort. And that's the hard part about it. You can't make them do something. You can't make them feel a certain way. You can't demand that they see things a certain way. You can't demand that they have a certain outlook on things. You can't make them do anything. So the only thing you can really do as an individual is say, you're either on my team or you're in my way. You're either with me or you're against me. We're either going to do this together or I'm fucking leaving you behind in the dust. That's a scary thing to do, though, isn't it? Let's see this person's intentions. Codependency. I want to be with someone, I just don't care with whom. Yeah, this person doesn't know who they want to be with. Because when you're in a codependency connection, it's not about the connection, it's about filling a void in your heart. Well, the part about that is that you can't fill a void in your heart. Another person can't. The codependent believes that they're going to find somebody that's going to fill a void in their heart. Because that's the way we've been trained to think through music, movies, TV, and media. Disney movies and all that shit, you know. A person can't fill a void in your heart, but what they can do is they can temporarily distract you from the void in your heart, right? That invigorating, intoxicating explosion of emotions that you get when you first meet someone. Most people think that that feeling is love, and they think that that feeling is supposed to last forever, and it doesn't. It's not love, and it doesn't last forever. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's not love, and it doesn't last forever. So when somebody is looking for that, which there's a lot of people out here, by the way. A lot of people are looking for this explosive feeling in a partner. That's not what we're looking for. You ain't going to find your person searching for that feeling. That's not what it is. That's not the answer. But yeah, this person's a codependent. They don't know who they want to be with. You know, they don't know if they want to be with you or this person. You know, they don't know. This person's very, very conflicted, very, very, very broken, very lost and very confused. So, and yes, I think they play mind games with you, gaslight and manipulate you. They're just trying to find happiness in all the wrong places. All the wrong places. And that sucks, man. That's the epidemic in today's world, man. The primary law is the law of vibration, but we've been manipulated into expecting things to create our feelings for us, you know? And that's why most people are spinning in circles. Never find their divine life partner because they're expecting the relationship to create love and happiness. They'll never find it, ever. Expecting money to create happiness and freedom, and it doesn't. It's not the way it works. Anyway, let's just get the advice here. The thing that you need to understand about the person that you're dealing with is that they aren't mature enough for you. Intentions, even if they have nothing but the best of intentions in the world, they aren't mature enough for you. If they're not mature enough, it will go nowhere. That's all I can really say about this. For those of you who have been on and off with this person, if you keep playing the same game, you'll keep winning the same prize. If you haven't been on and off with this person, be careful giving them a second chance. But if you give them a second chance and they do the same fucking thing they did last time, you better cut it off at that. Or else you're going to be on a merry-go-round for the rest of your life. You know? And again, you, just like 70% of the other signs, have blessings waiting for you on the other side of this. I don't think people know how big 2026 is going to be. It already is. It already is, dude. Oh my God, the things that are happening in the world right now. I mean, there is a very dark force that's doing everything it can to distract you from what's going on. It's not too hard to look and see what's going on where. So, all right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Earth sign family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is in the description. I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest